The United Arab Emirates, or the UAE, would have you believe that this is what their country looks like. In reality, this country is a hotbed of modern-day slavery. Let me show you why. The UAE is listed as a Tier 2 country by the Trafficking in Persons Report. This is a report that is put out every single year by the United States State Department, and it looks at how countries are fighting against human trafficking. And the reason why they ended up being Tier 2 is because they are not meeting the minimum standards to address human trafficking in the country. While the UAE would have you believe that this is what their country looks like, in reality, they're working hard to hide the victimization that's taking place within their borders. Because in 2021, they only had 19 convictions for human trafficking, while at the same time having an estimated 30,000 individuals being prostituted in Dubai alone. And many of them were migrant women who were sex trafficked into the country for the purpose of sex trafficking. Also, just like the US uses a broken visa system to exploit migrant workers, the UAE is using the kafala system, which is used throughout the Middle East. And what this is a visa system that is dependent upon sponsors who are citizens of the UAE to bring individuals into the country. So if you are a migrant looking for work, you have to have a sponsor. But when you come into the country, you are tied to that person solely. So if you want to work or exit the country, you need permission from that person to do so. This makes you very exploitable. The visa system in the UAE is clearly meant to exploit workers, because while we see beautiful buildings and structures in Dubai, it's these individuals who are being enslaved to construct it, and they make up almost 90% of the UAE's population. So they are individuals who are getting visas in that kafala system, and then they are tied to an individual or a company to be able to get any sort of rights. And if their passports get taken from them, those rights go out the window. And this is a common practice in the UAE. While it might not need to be said, I'm going to say it anyways. This country has more than enough money to address this problem. As you can see, they are ranked as the 22nd most wealthiest country on the planet. So they could address this problem if they wanted to. That being said, in 2021, they spent just over $39,000 to help victims of human trafficking in the country. There's a lot more I could say about the atrocities that are being committed within the borders of the UAE, but the last thing I want to say in this video is that the government is working to cover this up. And it's evident when in 2005, the Dubai government reported only 39 deaths of all nationalities for workers just like these, who make up 9/10 of the population throughout the UAE. In reality, the Indian consulate reported that there was over 970 deaths of just Indians who were in the country. Hopefully now when you think of the UAE, it's not just thinking of it as pretty pictures like this, and you understand that it's built off the backs of millions of people who are being exploited within the borders. If you want to learn more about human trafficking, be sure to follow.